Come on in. Oh, we about to get it done today. I'm not even going to raise my voice today. I'm not even going to raise my voice. I'm going to let the evidence speak for itself. Ladies and gentlemen, come on in. Come on in. Tap that screen. It's about to get real. Because you got a lot of people who don't want to face the facts that we are different species of humans. There's a lot of people who try to cover up the truth and trying to say that we all belong to a similar ancestor. Yeah, we're going to figure that out. There's a lot of people that say that the Americans of today belong to the Africans. Oh, yeah? We already covered that already. We already covered that. Tap that screen. We already covered that in the last few lives. But if you ain't got it, you know what I'm saying, you can go on overhead to that profile right there, add that site, and go watch those hours and hours of documented evidence to prove my findings using mandated research. All right, so I'm just cleaning the Malcolms right now because I want to make sure I get everything in because y'all don't seem to know. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the ABO family who popped up. Shout out to the ABO family. You get what I'm saying? We're going to get down to the bottom of it, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't care if you like it. I'm not here for you to like me. I'm only here to build you up and put you back on that railroad to free thinking. Behind me, I got 3 different skulls here, ladies and gentlemen. And we also found a few more. There's a few more different species. And I know y'all can't handle. Some people just can't handle the truth. Some people ain't going to handle the truth. That's it. And that this place is not for you. I'm just gonna chill for a minute. Y'all know how I do until I get 2,000 up in the chat. 2,000. Tap that screen. If I don't get 2,000 hearts, I'm not about to reveal this information because this information is gonna be vital to the melanated American Indian. Okay, this information is gonna be vital to those who they try to call the African Americans. This information is gonna be vital so you can understand who the ancient humans are, who the cousins and everybody else is. This information is going to be vital to the truth. And a lot of times, everybody want to spread this propaganda. Well, let's go get down to it, shall we? Because I got the receipts. Now, first thing I want to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying, is that I'm not here to tear nobody down. Because the things that I see important, I record them or I write them in a book. Now I know that this is gonna be I seen the chat just running. They're gonna run when they see them skulls come out. They're gonna run when they see everybody that came in trying to be a troll. Let's troll these skulls. Alright, let's troll those skulls for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Let's troll those skulls. This skull so big it can't even fit on the screen. Let's troll those skulls. I wanna troll Escovay. I wanna say Escovay don't know what he talking about. I want to say, oh, Escovay, you ain't got a PhD, you ain't write a dissertation and all this. Let me tell you something, I don't need to do all that. This is public information. Now, if this ain't for you, keep on going. Because if you don't care about your ABO, if you don't care about your blood type, then get your butt on out of here. I'm not about to get out of sight. It's kind of late. I'm trying to keep it calm today because I don't want to get amped up and get nobody feeling like I'm trying to disrespect somebody. I'm just trying to tell you I'm the king of this shit. All right? And on top of it, I'm the ancient human. All right? So that means all these little things that's going on, we're going to prove it today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to prove it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for everybody. So this might not be friendly. They say, oh, Escovay might not be friendly today. When we start showing them skulls, they're going to get up out of here. Or they're going to start getting on that pedal, man. See, they got a lot to say till them skulls come out. Everybody got a lot to say until them skulls come out. Don't start running now. The chat normally be built up. Don't start running now. Don't start running now. Yeah, I was talking mad. Yo, listen. People coming in on my channel talking about, oh, you need to go to Ancestry and all this. You need to do this. And man, shut your ass up, man. What's your blood type? Put your blood type in the chat, if you even know. If you even know who you are. Put your blood type in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I need to know what my chat looking like today. I got everything everywhere. I need to know what my chat looking like today, man. Put your blood type in the chat. Stop telling me who you are until you tell me what your blood type is. All right? Because one of y'all belongs to one of these ancestors. One of y'all belong to one of these ancestors. And we're going to get down to it today. Now, listen. People keep saying we all the same humans. You got Jane Elliott. Shout out to Jane Elliott. She keeping it a buck. She know we the cousins. She know we the cousins. And they say, oh, well, we all gotta belong to the same species in order for us to interbreed. That's a goddamn lie. You better watch that movie called Species. All right, that's a damn lie. The black woman, y'all like to say this so much, right? The black woman can create any human being, right? Don't y'all say that, right? The black woman can produce any color on the color wheel, right? So what makes you think the woman can't produce something that's not a human? You automatically say the African woman can create everything, right? But then when it comes to the unhumans, all of a sudden she can't create that. All of a sudden they want to run with this narrative. They're trying to trick your brain, okay? They're trying to trick your brain into thinking, oh, we all the same because we can have babies together. If we wasn't the same species, we couldn't have babies together. That's a goddamn lie, okay? Because there's already been a known fact. There's already been a known fact that some people who have, decided to, marry animals, because this law is legal. Some people who decide to have animal relations, you know what I'm saying? And they are not human. We clearly know that pets are not humans, but they still have relations. And some women who have children, this already been documented, that the children come out, hypothetically, I don't want to say it because TikTok is for entertainment and educational purpose only. I don't want to say it because you're going to try to get me banned. But it's a possibility that some children come out with dog DNA. Now, just say it ain't possible. Look at my video, xenotransfusion. They were taking animal DNA and plugging it into the humans. So, but you want to say, oh, a human can't have a baby by somebody who's not a human because they're not the same species. Well, then how the hell animal DNA? How the hell did John Dennis Batiste was putting monkey, dog, cow, lamb, and everybody's DNA and they was living, man? How, man? You trying to tell me that a black woman, you trying to tell me any woman, are you trying to tell me that an alien can't get a woman pregnant? Are you serious? She's a woman. Shut your ass up, man. Coming in here with that, oh, we the same species because if we wasn't, we couldn't get pregnant. If you don't shut your ass up, man, I'm about to prove it today that these three people right here are not the same species of humans, man. And they did interbreed because there's a thing called resuscitation. Y'all don't even know nothing about that. They're just trying to make up lies. They're trying to confuse our people into thinking that we the same so you can still get your sons to go with our daughters, man. Think I'm stupid? So your sons can be sleeping with our daughters in college, man. Because that's all that's in there. Because most of our brothers ain't making it. Because they're getting locked up. They're getting, single motherhood houses, YNs. They ain't making it to college. And the only people I be seeing in college these days is a few brothers and the rest black sisters and all of these different races. And they want to tell you that we the same so the sisters can be confused, man. And I know it ain't going to be friendly, man. I don't care if you don't stay. I don't care. This is only for those who want to know, man. I ain't going to be friendly today. This is going to be touchy today. And if you don't want to accept that you may belong to one of them, then keep it on moving. If you don't want to accept that you can interbreed with non-humans, then keep it moving. Because today, we got the evidence. And I know they don't want to see it. You know how people can't. Some people just can't handle the truth. I see my numbers looking crazy. Share this video. I know TikTok ain't sharing this video. They ain't going to prove this. When they seen them scores, they said, oh, no, we got to suppress this video. We can't let everybody see this right here. That's they about to drop another one. And I hope I don't get muted. I got to be real careful on what I say today because they can't wait to shut this one off. Oh, they can't wait to cut this video off. This is going to be the most informative video I think I did ever since xenotransfusion. This is going to be the most informative video ever since I did the Out of Africa Theater with the Coin Says People debunk. This is going to be the most informative video after I dropped the ancient O of the American belongs to America. This one going to be another one. And everybody that's coming and leaving, I know you want to run. You done seen them skulls and you started getting up out of there. I get it. I get it. It's only for the human beings. If you're a human being and you belong to the ABO family, then you're going to stay. If you ain't a human being, then keep it on pushing because you know you're about to get exposed. I want you to come on. I want you to come up as a guest and try to say a horse and a mule and all that business. I hope you out there today. I want you to come on here today. trying to get my channel banned because you don't like the fact that you took your DNA and they said you belong to one of them and you thought you was an American Indian first. You thought you was an American Indian and you ended up being one of them. And now you want to try to ban my channel because after you took your blood test, you realized you were sadly mistaken. You were sadly mistaken. And you were disrespecting the ancient humans. Let the M turn them down south for the W. Both hands, man. Then another thing, you got people coming in here, oh, I'm a B blood, letter M. Oh, I'm an A blood, letter M. Man, show me the test that you were A blood. Show me, because you got to take it on camera. That's how we did it back in the, the other channel, back in the days, 2015. We took our tests on camera. We ain't just say it, we proved it. And if you ain't prepared to prove it, don't expect me to believe nothing that you're saying, man. If you're not prepared to prove what you're saying, get up out of here, because it ain't going to happen today. We going in today. All right? We're going to let you know about the different species of humans and how they can mate. I'm going to break it on down, because some of these people want to try to play the game. Oh, there's no way we could be different species if we can mate. Then why the hell we in the sun and your ass ain't? Why the hell we in the sun and your ass ain't? Why the hell your ass up in the Siberian blizzard jumping into pools of cold water and having fun and splashing every year, and we can't do that? We mess around and get hypothermia. Explain it, man. We the same people. No, we not. And you know it. You're trying to do that propaganda. And I'm not saying because we different species that that's wrong. I'm not saying that. That's another thing they're trying to say. Oh, SFA is trying to say he's trying to do eugenics. No, I'm not. I'm just saying we're not the same, man. Stop walking around here acting like you the same as this person right here. You not. Unless you come from the same ancestors. It's just what it is. And you need to know what happens when you mix with a different species. You need to know what may happen. And ain't nobody gonna tell you. Did the doctor ever tell you what the blood type was? Because they now telling you now, but they wasn't telling. If you was born anywhere back from 2000 on back, they not telling you nothing. They ain't never told you your blood type. They ain't never told you where you belong or none of that. They starting to tell now because the truth is out. Now I didn't tell you because the truth is out. They gotta tell you. They gotta tell you. So this ain't gonna be funny. I'm not gonna even get started until I see them hearts go up. Because you know what? It's my information. I got a whole list of stuff that got to get shown today. And if y'all really want to see it, tap that freaking screen. Until I see 2,000 hearts, I'm not doing nothing, man. Where my humans at? That's what I want to know. Where's my humans at? So I could tell y'all the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to start pelling today. Tap that screen, because I'm not getting started about these 3 different species. And matter of fact, it's more than that. But I'm just going to talk about the 3, the ones that you know. All right? I'm going to talk about the ones that you know, so we can just get that out the way. So you need to understand today we are not the same species, and we still could interbreed, because the black woman can make babies from anyone. And the aliens knew that shit too. Thank you for that donation. And the aliens knew that shit too. And they know that shit today. They know that the melanation is the most powerful thing on the planet. They even trying to do injections with the melanin. They know what the melanin do. They trying to fool you into thinking that we all the same. Can't you see that we different? Can't you see? You can't see. You can't see the truth. They putting it all in your face and telling you something different. But your main man survey. Again, I'm not here to tear you down. I'm only here to build you up and put you back on that railroad to free thinking. I'm not saying because you belong to this that you are wrong, that there's something wrong with you. I'm not saying because you may belong to this, there's something wrong with you. I'm not saying because you came from here, you're the greatest. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. We are all part of the earth. Okay? We are always made to be here. Hopefully. Oh, how about that? Hopefully. That is wishful thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because the more we get into it, I'm starting to wish that we all came from the same place, man. I'm starting to wish. But the more I dig into it, man, it is what it is. You say, well, SFA, why you want to bring it out? Because we need to learn. We need to learn what we need to be doing so we won't find our children acting like the YNs do today. Could it be the mixtures? We're going to get down to it. Could it be that DNA of the non-humans? The non-human ancestors, the animal types, having our young brothers and sisters who's mixed with this DNA acting like animals, man. Could it be John Dennis Baptiste who put dog, cow, lamb, rat, pig, and all other things in your blood? See my video. See my video. It's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. They backpedaling. I know you wanted to come in and troll. Nobody's going to hang out. We at 1,000. Y'all going to have to keep going because I'm not breaking it down until I see 2,000 in the chat. And I don't want just one person doing it. I want everybody pumping that screen. If you really want to know the truth, so it'll set you free. But I'm going to let you know, son. If you don't want your eyes open, leave right now. I'm going to give you a fair warning. If you don't want your eyes open, you better leave right now. You see my eyes? Why do you think I'm so tired, man? Because once your eyes get open, you be like, man, I don't even want to go outside no more, man. You be like, man, I'm just going to be humble, man. I'm going to humble myself. You start going back to the biblical text. You start talking to the Most High. I can't, but you start seeing. Use your eyes, start getting open, and start getting like me, man. If you don't want to get like me, man, and you don't want to know the truth, when you could walk around and say, hey, that's a goddamn Neanderthal. Hey, that's a hominid. What? Look at that Denisovan. Oh, yeah, you belong to the humans. If you don't want to know the truth and you want to keep just being, we all belong to the same species, then get your butt off this channel, because this channel ain't for you, man. I'd rather have 2 or 3 who want to know the truth than 50 who don't want to know. I'd rather have 2 or 3 who want to know the truth than 50 who don't want to know. That's all I got to say. I got the Malcolms out right now. You know when I bring out the Malcolms. I know when I bring out the Malcolms what's about to happen. All I need is 500 more to tap that screen, and we're going to start pulling up this information. And I'm going to let you know right now, if you're tender-hearted, if you're tenderoni, you find your tenderoni, get your butt up out of here, because it's about to get serious. It's about to get serious. And let me tell you something. The things I'm about to reveal that are important, you might want to take screenshots of that. You might want to teach your children about that. You might want to teach your sons and daughters. Not to say that they're bad, just to say that we're different. Just to say that, you can be mixing out your bloodline. Just to say that you can be aiding and abetting in your own demise. You can be aiding and abetting in your own demise. Your main man Ezra is not here to say to change your heart. I'm not here to change your heart. You see all the studies, what they do to me? You see, look at the studies do to me, man. Look, I got a black eye in the game. Look, I just, boop. I feel like I got a black eye in the game. Let me move it this way. I feel like I got a black eye in the game. You see, I got a black eye in the game. Because once you see the truth, it just sock you like that. And I got socked. Listen, you see I'm changing how I talk? What the heck? You see how I done changed, ladies and gentlemen? I done changed, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, tap. Oh, we there. Uh-oh. We there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I want you to do one thing. Put your seatbelts on. Because it's about to get ugly. First thing first, before I even get started, I want y'all to understand this is the channel that you need to go to. All right? This is after this is done, you need to go to this channel and you need to watch all those lives right there. You see them lives I got? The mystery, the RH negatives. We watched to the end. We got that one. We got what else we got over there? We got another extinct species. We got mad videos over there. You're gonna want to go ahead and add yourself on that channel. You're going to want to go ahead and do that so you can get this powerful information. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. Are the Neanderthals, ancient humans, and Denisovans, I should have put hominids in there, but it's okay, and the Denisovans the same species? How many of y'all think that white people, Asians, Africans, and Americans are the same species? Put a thumb up in the chat. If you don't think we're the same species, put a thumb down in the chat. Before I get started, how many of y'all think that white people, Africans, the Negroes of America, the Asians are the same people? Put a thumb up in the chat If you think we are not the same people, put a thumb down in the chat. I need to see where the information is at. We debating the human species, genetics, and ancestry. I need to see where the thumbs is at. How many of y'all think that the white people, the African, how many think that the whole world is the same species of humans? How many of y'all think that? Put the thumb up in the chat. Okay, purpose know what time it is. How many of us think that we all the same? Put a thumb up in the chat before I get started. I need to know what I need to know my chat at right now. Make sure y'all support the channel and go ahead and heart me a penny, man, because it's about to get ugly. And the question is, are Neanderthals, ancient humans, and Denisovans the same species? Now, let me let you know something. There's other species I found, too. You're going to have to go ahead and look at my videos to get that. But I'm just going to talk about the main ones that everybody knows, all right? All right? I want to talk about the main ones that everybody knows. We got somebody in the chat. Purpose is on point right now. Who else thinks that we are all the same species? Throw the thumb up in the chat. If everybody, we are all humankind. Everybody throw it up in the chat. I want a thumb up if you think we all belong to the same ancestors. All the human race is the same. Throw it up in the chat. I need to know who know the truth. If you think we all the same, put a thumb up. If you think we not all the same, put a thumb down. I need to know. The question is, are Neanderthals, ancient humans, and Denisovans the same species? Because we're going to give you the broke down today. So if you is tender-hearted, if you find a turn around it, you better get up out of here, because I got the baldy out today. Y'all know what the baldy come out. That means the elite is in the building. Thus said the Olmecs. All right, I am the ancient Olmec DNA. I am the ancient O negative blood type, the original human. And we're going to prove that today as well. All right, I had to pull the baldy out for the ancient ones. The elite had to come out. You know what I'm saying? The elite had to come out. So we all agree. We all agree. The only way that you can be the same species of human. Let me make it clear. Because it don't matter if you white, black, Asian, or Chinese, or whatever like that. What matters is the ABO family. See, because if you belong to the ABO family, then we all are the human race today. Let me make that clear. If you, shout out to Miss Michigan, I appreciate that. If you belong to the ABO family, which means if you have an A, a B, a AB, or a O in your blood type, God damn it, you belong to the human race. Okay? You belong to the human race. I want to make that clear. Are we the same species? Nope. But do we belong to the human race? Yes. We are all humankind. Okay? But there are some, like the Neanderthals, that were not human. There are some, like the Denisovans, that were not human. And they did mix with the human. But you got some of these humankinds who direct descent from them trying to say that they were the humans too. Trying to say they were the humans too. And that's how we got mixed. But I'm going to give you the broke down today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you the broke down today. And this video is going to go right over here on this channel so y'all can make sure y'all get it. And y'all can make sure y'all can take the information down and store it for your own information. Okay? The question is, and it still remains right now, are Neanderthals, ancient humans, and Denisovans the same species of humans? That's the question. And my chat knows the truth. So let's get into it. No. No. That is a no. All right? Come on, man. Don't leave yet. Don't try to backpedal yet. Don't get up out of there yet. If you're going to go check out the channel, make sure you subscribe. Don't be leaving my channel. Don't be leaving it live and you ain't subscribing. If you don't leave it live, you ain't going to go subscribe now. But the question is, are Neanderthals, ancient humans, and Denisovans the same species? And that is a no. And we're going to have the receipts, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have the receipts today. They are officially classified as different. Different. When you go check out that channel, make sure you subscribe. I ain't got no subscribers over there. Y'all got me butt naked over there. I need to be going live over there too. Because you know what? YouTube. Excuse me. TikTok. That was almost an accident right there. You see it in the chat. Shout out to the moderator. That channel right there, let me say will allow me to say way more. Excuse me, without getting banned, okay? Over here on TikTok and with Oracle, you got to do You gotta be tender. You gotta be a tenderoni. Find somebody to ride for you. And if you a tenderoni, this information might not be no good for you. But anyway, I gotta take it easy because TikTok be acting tender. And they will ban me. I got banned already for 3 days. I got banned for 3 days, and I've been trying to make sure I don't say the wrong things because they smoked me for 3 days. If you go over to that channel right here, you make sure you push the subscribe. Y'all got me at 243 when I got damn near 8,000 people. Y'all better stop playing with me, man. When I got damn near 8,000 on the channel, y'all only gonna give me 243. And this thing right here is the most powerful information you gonna have about the American Indian and how you can prove it. And you gonna do me like that? Y'all gonna do me like that? Come on, man. So now, let's get to it. I said what I had to say. Like I said, I'd rather have 3 who want to know than 80 who don't care. No, they are officially classified as different but closely related species within the genus Homo. That is Homo, no homo. Homo, no homo, okay? That's Homo genus. We talk about the Neanderthals. We talk about the hominids. We talk about the Denisovans. We talking about, who else we got? We talk about the ancient humans. We got all kind of stuff going. We talk about the Sawanas. We talk about the Bombays. We got so many different human-like species, but not carrying the human DNA. But today, we're going to talk about the humans. If you want to find out about the non-humans, you got to go to that channel I keep putting up there. You got to go right there. Shout out to the moderator. If you want to find out about the non-humans, you got to go subscribe over there. Y'all got me at 243. Come on, man. Come on, man. And let's keep on going. So, no, we are not all the same. So, white, Asian, and all these other different nations in the earth, we are not the same unless you belong to the ABO family. And we're going to get down to the bottom of that. But I want to get this out first to prove that the non-humans were sleeping with our daughters. We know how it happened. We know how it happened to the Indians. We know how it happened on the translated slaves. We know how it happened over there in Africa with the Arabs. We know how it happened. At one time, there were non-humans coming into our family. We know how it happened. So if you are of the Caucasian and Asian and Indian and all that, and you got the ABO family, guess what? You are a product of that. And you became one of us because our H antigen is dominant. That's right. They didn't know that. And they mixed themselves out. Good for them, though. Shout out to the human family, all right? Because those non-humans right here took over our species. They thought they were doing that. They thought they were doing that when they ran up in Africa. They thought they were doing that when they ran up in America. They thought they were doing that when they ran up in Europe. They thought they were doing that when they ran up in India. They thought they were doing it when they ran up in China. They thought they was doing it, but what they were doing was making us, the ABO family, the human family, the H antigen. And if you belong to the A, the B, and the O, you are now part of letter M, turn them down for the W, the ancient O's. You are a derivative of us. Welcome to the human family. For coming on in. We're going to break it down. So I want to let everybody know in the chat. Just because they white don't make them the goddamn Neanderthals today. Cut that bullshit out. Now, they do have a Neanderthal ancestor now. It's called the MCR1. And when you mix with the humans, you become white, the lighter skin. We already covered that. You know what the channel to go to. I done told y'all a million times. Go to the profile, hit that channel link, and then they're going to break it on down for you. So most of you people with the lighter skin who have the ABO blood group, these beings, because they wasn't human, slept with our daughters, and they created something called the sisters. And these sisters were the mixed race, the first mixed race in the whole world. And we're going to break it on down. I done broke it on down too many times, but we're going to break it on down in a different way. All right, I broke it on down a lot of different ways to show that we are Americans today are different from the Africans. A lot of different ways to show that the Neanderthals today are not the white people, but they are a derivative or a variant of the humans and them. I done broke this all down, but now we're gonna break down the difference of different species because people were saying that we are all the same species, and that's how we was able to mate, and that's crap. Because here it is right here, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. And where that's coming from? The national what? Nationalhistory.edu. all right? Mandated, evidential, all right? They said no. They are officially classified as different but closely related species with the genus Homo. Homo neanderthal, Homo hominids, Homo sapiens, Homo, you know what we're doing, all right? Because they shared a common ancestor and could successfully interbreed, the common ancestor were the two sisters. That were the two sisters. We're going to get down to that. All right? And they could successfully interbreed. The exact boundaries are sometimes debated by scientists. The general scientist consensus treats them as three distinct groups. See, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. Science is trying to say we was all the same. They can say what they want, though. Because the geneticists are coming and saying, no, we're not. Because we're looking at the blood. The serologists are saying, no, we're not. Because we're looking at the blood. And even the Red Cross are saying, no, you're not. Because we're looking at the blood. And everybody cannot take the same blood. And only one person, there's only one, actually two people in the world who can share anything of their blood to everybody. And that is the O negatives and the AB, the AB, negative or positive. The ABs. Because they carry everybody in their DNA. So we can use their plasma. They have the universal plasma. So they can give anybody plasma, even us. But the only original human of the H antigen on the planet is the O negatives. And I'm going to get down to it. And they were melanated. Because there's a lot of stories going on. Hold on. We gonna prove it today. You know I got the receipts out. If you'd like to help support the channel, y'all know what y'all gotta do. Y'all can give me a penny and join the fan club. Y'all can hit that screen and bring me up to 10,000 likes. Or y'all can go ahead and support with a dough. No. Hit the fan club. It don't matter. Just get your butt in here and share this video. Right? So now that we got down to it, we got down to it, shout outs. We got down to it from the naturalhistory.com.edu, letting you know that we are not all the same species. Okay, and here's a form of what we all came from. Neanderthal, if you got that right there, in the back of your head. Denisovans, if you got them brow bones. Little foreheads. Y'all talking about people with big foreheads? Be careful with that. Be careful with that. Because the littler the forehead, the larger the hook, the bigger the hook. This one's so big you can't even see it. And then we got the humans. And we were always small. The humans were small, bro. And that's why they was doing what they was doing to us, man. Because we was tiny. But let's keep on going. How they differ, okay? How do they differ? I'm not getting excited today. I want to make sure I teach this right, okay? So how do they differ? Okay? Here we go. Ancient humans, Homo sapiens, okay? I can't really see it because everything going across the screen. Modern humans evolved in Africa about 200, 300,000 years ago. We are only surviving hominid. We are the only surviving hominid species. And that's a lie too, but we're going to break it on down. Because some of us are the hominid species. But when they talk about 200, 300,000, notice how they say modern. They don't say human. You got to understand what's being said. Modern humans. That's the mixtures. That's the RHD. That's the mixtures of the Neanderthal. That's the influence of the humans who were infiltrated by the two sisters. And let me break down the two sisters for you, okay? Because modern humans today are infiltrated. If you have the RHD, you are infiltrated, meaning the monkey gene, positive. You are infiltrated. If you have the A blood, you are infiltrated. If you have the B blood, you are infiltrated. If you have the AB blood, you are infiltrated today by the hominid species today. 200 to 300,000 years ago, go watch my video. It explains that 200, 300,000. Because the old blood is 7 to 8 million years old. But the modern humans are only 2 to 300,000 years old. And the modern human carry the Rh positive and a lot of the ABO, the AB, the AB and AB variances. And that's what's considered the modern humans today. The variances. And that's not disrespecting nobody. Hey, you guys was not back here telling them what to do. So let's not get butthurt about it, okay? It was not your fault. You was not telling your ancestors to go raid Africa. You was not telling your ancestors to go raid India and China and all these others. You ain't had nothing to do with that. You ain't had nothing to do with that. So let's not get all sentimental and sensitive in the chat. We're just trying to help you understand what's going on. All right? So let's talk about it. So ancient humans, modern humans, we are only surviving hominid species today. They call you guys the hominid species because you belong to an ancient hominid that they can't identify when you have the RHD. Yeah, the Neanderthal didn't give you that from Africa. Africans got that. The Africans have that. We're going to break it on down. We're going to break it on down. The Africans have this ghost hominid that they don't know exactly where it came from, and it gives you the RHD. Yeah, the Africans did that. Then the Neanderthal gives you something else. All right, they did have RH positive, but they were a different type of RH positive. We're going to break it on down today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to break it on down. We're going to get it done. And this is why the American Indians are different than the Africans. This is why the Negroes are different than the Africans because of this 200,000 to 300,000 years ago, all this stuff going on. Let's keep on going because we are the ancient O's. We come from the ancient O's. A lot of us come from the ancient O's, and we end up getting infiltrated by that. Okay, so let's go on. So Neanderthal is a homo. See? No homo. Okay? Not the homo we talking about, all right? Homo genus. So you got the ancient humans were Homo sapiens. Not. But they just want to try to say that. See, because modern humans, you see? Ancient humans. See how they slip it up? You got to pay attention to what's being said, chat. They're going to say ancient humans, and then they're going to turn around and say modern humans. Which one is it, my nigga? Which one is it, my nigga? You trying to play games. Okay? Ancient humans are always the O. The ancient humans were the O. I'm not disrespecting nobody here. Melanated O's. You can see them all on the walls. Come on, I don't think I got to show no more pictures, but I will if I have to. The ancient humans were always the O bloods. The O negatives. That's right, with the H antigen. And then they mixed out of Africa. I got a video about it. Y'all know where to go. I done showed y'all already. Head over here to this channel right here and get all lives. I only got 243. That's ridiculous. I should have thousands over there. Learn this information. I feel some kind of way about that. But that's all right. We're going to keep getting to it. So now, the Neanderthals, right, were also homo. No homo, right? So you got the ancient human homo, no homo. You got the ancient Neanderthal homo, no homo, right? Neanderthals evolving in Europe and Asia. Neanderthals had stockier bodies, heavier brow ridges, and distinct facial structures. They adapted to harsh, can see that, climates, I believe, because all that doing chat. Very similar sizes to ours. I hope y'all can see it. I can't see it. Okay? Y'all can see it. I can't see it. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Bam. That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they're talking about. Here's the human. See how I look? Here's the Neanderthal. How many of y'all got that right there? How many of y'all got that right there? How many of y'all got this? How many got the bigger noses? You know, the four faces. All right? And so is over here too. How many of y'all got them big heads? Big skulls. Not foreheads. I'm talking about the heads are big. How many of y'all? This is Denisovans. The bigger jaws. How many? That's what they're talking about. We different species of humans. We're different. Clearly. So all these people coming in talking about we all the same, man, if you don't shut your ass up, your people, your non-human Neanderthal of the homo, no homo, Neanderthals really caused all the problems that we're having today with sicknesses and illnesses. It's just really a fact. It's just really a fact. And now we're not living 1,000 years no more. Now we're not living 1,000 years no more because of it. Thus said the Bible. Because of the mixtures. Because our eyes were open. Because we knew the difference. We could see the difference. We didn't need no glasses to see the difference. Okay? So let's get into it. It says right here, exactly, go ahead and take a screenshot. Exactly what they look like. And they came from Europe and Asia. Neanderthals had stockier bodies, heavier brow bone ridges, and distinct facial structures. They adapted to harsh, cool, colder weather. Climates, cold. Can't be in the sun, stinging. Y'all know who the people in the colder weather. I'm just not being disrespectful. We not, man. Come on. But stop tricking our children into thinking that we all the same and encouraging our daughters to mix out their race. Because that's what they're doing. Shout out to you. Somalis. Shout out to you if I said that right. Stop encouraging our daughters to mix out their race, man. Under the guise that we are the same human beings. When we are not, man. Stop it, man. They don't even have to destroy us. We're doing it ourselves. They don't have to destroy us. They're taking the fathers out the home. 50% of us locked up. Some of us are now don't like women anymore and want to go with our own kind. And some of us are married. So how many more of us left to help our little sisters become, to create our own? Because now these guys are making the mixed race. And they're creating their own DNA and our daughters. And I do recall the Bible saying, do not give your sons to their daughters and their daughters to your sons. I do recall that because they're going to turn you away. How many of those mixed race want to be with the other race? How many? How many do you see? Now we even got our men doing it. But y'all think it's our men, but it's just the Africans. It's not our men. Because the real American Negro love him some Negro woman, man. Shout out to my Negro woman. How many Negro women up here? Now, I'm not going to say that the Neanderthal women from Europe and Asia don't look good. Cut that bullshit out. Y'all women look good too. Y'all belong to the ABO family now. Y'all got that human in you. Hell yeah, y'all look good. I just prefer to have children that look like me. That's all. When I look at my kids, let me show y'all something. When I look at my kids, right, I want my kids to look like me. That's all. Is that a crime? Is that a crime? Is that wrong? Put it down in the chat if that's wrong. When I make a baby, right, I want them to look like me. That's all. That's all I'm saying. We losing touch. We losing our people, man. We declining. How many of y'all children look like you? How many? Yeah, let's get down to it. Don't leave yet. How many of your children look like you today? Or do they look like somebody else? That's the question I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to those. How many of your children look like you? Because that's for me. I want my babies to look like me. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm not saying that you got to do what you got to do. I'm not saying that you know what I'm saying, that you got to do something different. I'm not saying that. If you want to go ahead and do what you got to do with another nation, but as far as for me, that's my baby girl. I want them to look like me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's my baby girl. That's all I'm saying. I want my children to look like me. Make sense? And I'm just trying to encourage our sisters out there to not believe the hype about these people when they tell you that the black man ain't nothing. YN's in jail and all. They made it that way. They're keeping us down in many cases. In many cases. Trumping up charges, violating our constitutional rights, using all these tactics, using our women against us, locking us up in the drawers. How is it that we're the least amount of people in the United States, but we're the most in prison? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. We ain't that bad. Come on now. Stop blaming it on black crime. Because there's more white on white crime in the United States than anything, because there's more y'all. So you know it's more y'all white on white crimes, but y'all only want to profile us and make every black woman think that we ain't nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? They want to make them think that our men are nothing, but guess what? We the ancient ones. We the ancient ones. We the beginning. Don't forget the X for the excavate. Don't forget the X for the excavate. We are the beginning of the human race. We are the progenitors. And they make y'all think that we are so foul and y'all want to run to the other nations under the guise that these guys are the ones to be with. But don't you understand? These guys are giving you something. Let's keep on going. And you don't know what you're doing to your daughters. All right, let's go talk about the Denisovans. Here's another non-human. Another one. All right? And these guys, an Asian sister group of the Neanderthal. They're primarily known from a few fragment bones and teeth discovered in Siberia's Denisovan cave, as well as distinct genetic traces left in modern human populations. They done interbred with our daughters, man. That's all, man. And if you belong to the ABO family, you too is part of us. Get over it. I don't want to hear, oh, I'm white. You sure about that? You sure you ain't the other? Because if you got that ABO, you belong to us, buddy. That's right. And every time you turn your nose up, and every time you try to disrespect one of us, and every time you want to show a baby in the classroom hanging with a rope, and every time you want to show a video of one of your ancestors can't breathe, yeah, the Creator looking down on you, buddy. And he can't wait to meet you, to tell you to depart from me. He can't wait to tell you to depart from me, because he told you, touch not the head of the anointed. He said, honor thy mother and thy father. And we are your creators. We are the precursor of the human beings. We are. We do not come from the caves, my nigga. We made you who you are today, and y'all want to keep locking us up. And y'all want to keep disrespecting us. And what's so bad about it, we genuinely like y'all. That's what makes it so bad. We really like y'all, man. Y'all funny as hell. Y'all make some good inventions. Shoot, y'all medical field, shit, do surgery on my ass, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Y'all help us in tragedies. You know what I mean? We generally do like y'all. It's y'all don't like us, man. We don't even be thinking about doing no disrespect until we get disrespected. Time and time again. How many times do you have to kick a dog before he bites you, man? You see? How many times do you have to kick a dog before he bites you? Because I have never met a black person who didn't like a white person, man, until they did something to show that they didn't like them. And they had to keep going through it. And after that, they say, look, I'm putting a wall up because I don't know who's good or bad. So it's a lot of good white brothers and sisters out there of the ABO family who ain't like that, man. Make sure y'all support the channel. All right, it's a lot of white brothers and sisters out there who's not like that. But they get a bad rap from their brothers and sisters like them who just do the most. They get a bad rap. Like we get a bad rap. They make us look like we the YNs, the killers and all this, robbers and everything. Man, we only 40 million and half of us in jail. How? How, man? It's more y'all than us. It's like hundreds of millions of y'all. How is it us, man? I don't even understand that. So let's keep on going. I don't want to change the subject. So here's another one. This is a different group that belongs to the Neanderthals as well. And we're going to also get down to the fact that these two mixed, the Neanderthal and the Denisovan mixed and made a new breed of human. They even mixed. All right? These conquerors who belong to these families is the reason why we are mixed up today with the ABO. Half of us look like them and the other half like us. But the good thing was, most of them wiped themselves out because they didn't know by mixing with the H was going to be dominant. They didn't know that. And now they know that the melanin is worthy. And they want to do everything they can to get melanin boosters, to get tan and all that. Not disrespecting, if you belong to the, Denisovans and the Neanderthal variances of the humans, you know the sun to kick your ass. Why do you think that is? Because your ancestors of these people were in the caves, and unfortunately, they left you a trait that makes you can't be out and in the sun too long. And that's not a knock against you. You wasn't there to tell them to do that. So we not over here saying you bad. We're not doing that. Like I told you, I know a lot of Caucasian women are beautiful. I be on their page showing them love. Listen, I don't care if you white. Look, you belong to the ABO family. I am the O negative. How can I hate my own? You actually come from us. So if I turn my nose up to you, I'm actually turning my nose up to my own kind. You see? Humankind. So how can I turn my nose up to any one of y'all when I'm the O negative, the ancient O? Thus said my doctor. How can I turn my nose up when I'm the ancient O? My doctor said I'm the Adam gene. I'm creation. Who would have knew? Who would have knew, man? There's a lot of us walk around here that's important, and we don't know. When we start discussing race and ancestry with genetic origins, we don't know. A lot of us are very important to the beginning of humankind, and we don't know. It takes some of the Caucasians to let us know. You right? Yeah? So how y'all gonna get mad at them? You better start listening. They doing the studies, goddamn it. You know? Shout out to them. All right, shout out to them. All right. Shout out to them for the studies. Let's keep on going with their studies. How about that? So it says, we know that the Denisovans aren't none of us as well. They mix with us, and the interbreeding factor. In strict biologically terms, different species usually cannot produce fertile offspring. However, this is going to be the bullshit right here. These three groups were close enough on the evolutionary tree that they interbred. Let me move out the way, y'all. Let me move out the way. With their paths crossed. This is the National History .edu. Now y'all go ahead and screenshot that. Now let me just help y'all something right here. So they're gonna try to make it look like we all was the same, and I'm gonna have to break it down on you, because when you go to genetics, right? Geneticists say there's a thing called resuscitation. A woman can have a baby by anything. Actually, she's a woman. She has an alien can actually get a black woman pregnant. She's just that fertile. Okay, an alien can actually get a black woman pregnant. She's just that fertile. Okay. You get what I'm saying? So a black woman can get pregnant by an alien, all right? And a black woman can get pregnant by a Denisovan. And a black woman can get pregnant by a Neanderthal. They can get her pregnant. She's just that fertile. Melanin, okay? It's just that important to the earth. But, there's a thing. It's called resuscitation. So what's this mean? Resuscitation means there could be only one. So what happens is, this is how the Neanderthals got wiped out. Because they mixed with our sisters. You know what they did to get that way. You know what they did. We don't have to cover what happened. We know what happened, okay? But they end up getting our sisters. There were no abortions back then. There were no police back then. These things came out in the middle of the night, stole some daughters, did what they had to do, right? And daughters, we didn't have no medical thing to stop what happened. We just had to have the babies. And they were called the two sisters, okay? So there could be only one. But in many cases, the mother died because of the O negative blood type, and those Rh antigens didn't get along. We got a thing called hemolytic disease. So a lot of those children didn't make it. The mothers, let me show you what happened. Let me break it down for you. You see these brain skulls right here? Here's the humans, teeny, right? Here's the Neanderthals. Here's the Denisovans, bigger. So these skulls were actually killing, that's a bad word to say, were actually unaliving the ancient old women when they were being consummated by these Neanderthals and Denisovans. So a lot of them were not making it because they were getting split open by the big babies, the 10-pound, 20-pound babies, 15 pounds. You know how the babies coming out. And the little women or humans could not carry those babies. But in many cases, in some cases, they did carry the babies, okay? In some cases, they did carry the baby. And they had a thing called the two sisters. And these babies carry antigens of the Neanderthal or the Denisovan when it happened. In Asia or in Europe or in Africa, right? Or in America. It happened, all right? And when that happened, we started creating different species of humans. And when Kyle Landsteiner studied the blood, he found out that those of the Neanderthals, if we go back one, those of the Neanderthals, hold on, y'all. Hold on, chat. All right. Those of the Neanderthals, they had antigens in their body, right? Which gave these things around your blood cells, proteins and sugars, pathogens on your blood cell. So when Kyle Landsteiner did the study after Darwin was trying to say we all came from apes, they did the study and they found out that these pathogens from these ancient mixtures of the Neanderthals from the Caucasus Mountains left a signature around every single blood cell, which they called the A blood group. Make sense? They said, okay, these blood cells and these people we found to be the same, and they called it the A blood group. Then later on, they went on and they found out that there were more, and they found this guy. And they said, okay, this is going to be called the B blood group from the way it looks on the blood cell. Make sense? So the blood cells, whether you know it or not, when you have the A or the B, is filled with the antigens all around it. It looks something like this. Let me give you an idea. All right, we're going to teach today. We're going to teach it today. We want to teach it today so y'all can understand it. And then when y'all come to my channel and y'all see me saying what I'm saying, y'all can understand I'm not trying to be disrespectful and why I never got no pens over here. I buy so much pens and they just keep taking them, boy. And them B-bloods in my house, they keep taking my pen, boy. You know what I'm saying? They can't help it, boy. They can't help it. They keep taking it, never putting it back. They can't help it. It's in their DNA. They can't help it. I ain't even gonna get mad. I ain't got one pencil, chat. They know not to touch my stuff, but they do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because they're different species. They hard-headed as hell. I love them, but goddamn it, they hard-headed as hell. They hard-headed as hell. I love my B-blood, but goddamn it. My wife is from Africa. She's a B-blood, right? She's the ancient. When we took the DNA, we didn't get into it. I had a video about it. Go check it out on that channel I showed you. All right, go check it out over here. Go check it out and see what I was talking about, okay? And then to break it on down for you. But what I want to talk about today is this. Now, look, in the A blood group, right, they found that it looked like this. Don't hold me to it. Don't hold me to it, chat. Don't hold me to it, chat. Right? So they found that the A looked like this, right? And they said, okay, these are antigens, right? From this ancient Neanderthal that they have found because they matched it up with the DNA from the bones, right? And then they found the B's from the Denisovans and they looked like this. Right? And it looked like this. So they said, hey, that looks different than this. So we're going to call this the B's, right? Make sense? Then they found the ABs, right? And it looked like this. Right? It looked like this. It had a similarity of them all. You see? So then they found the AB, and it was a mixture of them both. And they have found that the A and B had of the Denisovans, right? The Neanderthals are here, and the Denisovans are over here, and they both came together and mated without the human beings. They mated themselves. And they made the AB. Make sense? Okay, and then they also found this. They said, wait a minute, we found another one. They found the O. And on the O, they had a thing called, it was called the RHD, right? It was called the RHD. And it looked way different, right? It looked way different than the rest of them, right? It looked more cleaner than these guys. But it still had a little risk going on. So they said, what's that? And then they found out that the RH antigens from the A and B did not create that. Right? They found out that this was created by a hominid. Okay? And a hominid, which is not a human as well, is one of these. Right? And they gave them what's known as the RHD, aka the monkey gene. All right, makes sense? So these guys didn't have the RHD. They had the A and B type antigens. They were Rh positive, but they didn't have the RHD. So when their daughters mixed with our hominid RHD of the O positive, right? Of the O positive, they became RHD. And now they got this around it. Let me fix it up for you. Then they end up getting the RHD. They had their own RH factors. They were actually universal donors for their own types. But they didn't know by mixing with us, it was going to give them something else too. Like the H antigen, right? And then they mixed with us, right? Of the RHD, right? And this is what Landstein and all them thought, right? And then it became the A positive and the B positive, right? And the AB positive, right? Because they all had now the RHD, right? Boom, right? Makes sense? And then, so they started changing. It started changing. And they said, wait, those who have this are positive and those who didn't have it are the negatives. So these guys were A, B negatives until they mixed with the hominid of the O positive and became AB positive. These guys were A negative until they mixed with the human of the hominids and became A positive, so forth, so on. But they thought, okay, boom, that we got it all down. Everybody's good. Everybody come from the O, the H antigen, right? The O is the H antigen, okay? And they thought, okay, we all come from and that's when Darwin said H antigen. Everybody here has the H. It's the BH, it's the AH, okay? It's the ABH, okay? It's actually called the ABH. The ABH, the AH, and the BH, or the AO, the BO, and the ABO, and then the O, which is the H, right? So they thought it was all good. Darwin was like, yeah, we all come from the monkeys. Everybody got monkey gene. Everybody got some type of ape going on. Yeah, everybody's mixed with these little things right here. We all came from interbreeding. We all was on the evolutionary tree, and we crossed and we did some things, and we got it all done, and that's what it is. Until they found this. Until they found this, ladies and gentlemen. They found the HO, the OH, and they said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. How the hell is everybody like this? No, wait. And not them. And not them. And not them. They had to throw the evolutionary trail out the water when it came to the RH negatives. And we're going to get down to the bottom of that too. We're about to get down to the bottom of that. And this is what we're here to do today. To prove that the RH negatives are not the aliens like they like to say. Vampires are the white man, 15%. That's not true. That's not true. They may have RH negatives today because of their pure Neanderthal line that they have ended up going back to because they stopped mixing with the humans and called us, the slaves or whatever. And they thought by not mixing with us would benefit them. But now they can't even be in the sun no more. It didn't. Yeah, they got a lot of high variant of O too, but their kind of O, not the H antigen O. It's called the Bombay. All right, and the Asians as well. They didn't want to mix with the Negroes, want to go back to their own kind, and they got the Denivisin O, and they can't be in the sun either, because these two belong to the caves. They actually de-evolved themselves. They actually, by pushing us away, they de-evolved themselves. And now they did a thing called desegregation. And they made us all come back together. And even today, now they're pushing this interracial marriage and thing because they know this melanin is the most powerful thing on the planet. And now they want to get rid of the progenitors of the melanin. Well, I don't know where I did that. I was on the screen. What happened? All right, now they want the progenitors of the melanin out the way. They want the progenitors out the way. That's what I believe. Because why? This is what I think, because the evidence shows there's more Negroes in prison and locked away than there is any other race in America. And they outnumber us by the millions. So why is there more of us in prison than them? Because we carry the dominant gene. We carry the human gene. And they know that they got to get our sisters, which can have babies from anybody, to give them that melanin back. Because they de-evolved themselves. That's the truth. All right, that's not made up. Now, as far as them locking us up to say to keep us from mating, I don't know about that. But that's what I believe. So why is more of us in jail? Oh, because y'all don't know this. Man, maybe because we mixed with this. And now we don't know how to act. Now we don't know how to act. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying that we need to go back to the ancient ancestors. Because if you see right here, all right, you got the evidence of our DNA, the genomic sequence reveals that modern non-African populations carry about 10 to 20% Neanderthal DNA. They say 1 or 2, cut that shit out right now. Cut that out. That's about 10 to 20, okay? I know that. Because let's do the math. If you have a Neanderthal that mixes with a human, that's 50-50. The more that Neanderthal goes back to white people, that takes away the 50. All right? The more they go back to human, that takes away the Neanderthal. So if you 1 or 2% Neanderthal and you come from and you white, what? That's a lie. Because the MCR1 will say that's a lie. You are more Neanderthal. All right? And when they say the Asiatic and Oceanic populations, many people in Asia and Australia and Oceania carry additional Denisovan DNA up to 40 to 60 in some indigenous groups in Malaysia. They're saying 4 to 6, but it's 40 to 60. It's 40 to 60. Because they thought they were doing something by not mixing with the Negroes. They thought they were doing something big, but they was de-evolving themselves, okay? So a direct descendants, scientists have been discovered the fossils, I can't really see it that well, of the generations of hybrids, an ancient girl who had a Neanderthal mother and a Denisovan father. Take the screenshot. All right, that's the nationalhistory.edu. So they found that the Neanderthals and the Denisovans were mixing too. So they were mixing too. And it goes back to this. Like I told you before. The AB. The Neanderthal was mixing with the Denisovan and creating the AB blood type. They were mixing too. They were mixing too. Yeah, they were all different species, and they carried the 40 to 60, not no 4% to say that. Man, come on, bro. If they don't have, when they take their DNA test, if they 4 to 6%, they should have Africa first. They should have 98% Africa. But I guarantee you, take an Asian DNA, it's going to say Asia. So that means they got more of the Denisovan DNA than anything. So how is it 1 to 2% and 4 to 6? Come on, man. When a European takes a DNA test, it says straight Europe. That's Neanderthal. That ain't human. I mean, that's not the Homo sapien. Let me say it right. Because scientists want to say we all humans. But geneticists don't think that. We are separate species. That is not the species of a human. That was the species of Neanderthal. So when white people mix back with themselves, you know what I'm saying? That's right. So when white people mix back with themselves, they become more Neanderthal. When the Asians mix back with themselves, they become more Denisovan, Neanderthal. They do not become more Homo sapien. They de-evolve. So when they say 4 to 6%, then when you take your DNA test, it's to say 16% Africa, 16% malaria, and they say to us. 60% Ghana. But when an Asian take his test, who so-called got 4 to 6, they don't have Africa and they're nowhere. They don't have America and they're nowhere. They don't have the O, in many cases, and they're nowhere. So what is that 4 and a 6 coming from? Stop playing. Stop playing. Because if a Neanderthal mixes with another Neanderthal, that's 100. If a Neanderthal mixes with a human, that's 50-50. Now, if that 50-50 mixed more with human, that's 50-40, 50-30, 50-20, 50-10. But if it goes back to Neanderthal, 50-10, 50-30, 50-40, get what I'm saying? So whatever way that child goes, the more it's going to get from either side. So if you got a Neanderthal human mix, and this daughter comes out light because the MCR1, and she decides to go back with the Caucasian, like for example, if you have a light-skinned daughter because her father was white or the mother was white, and she decides to go back with the, the Caucasian, she's going to de-evolve from the human Homo sapien and turn more into the Neanderthal. And that 4 to 6, my ass, is going to go 40 to 60. All right? And if she goes back to the melanation, she's going to de-evolve from the Neanderthal and go back to the human Homo sapien, and it's going to go back 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and back to the 100%. And that's where you get the 4 to 6, when you mix more back in with the ancient H. So we can't listen to these numbers right here. That's 40 to 60, okay? The Asians are 40 to 60% Neanderthal today. The Europeans are 10 to 20% Neanderthal today because they mix with the Moors and all that. They got a lot of that over there. But then they have the Bombay, which makes them nearly 100% Neanderthal today. We still have some left. Go watch my video. Let's keep on going, okay? I just want to make it clear. All right? Okay, so we know that. The Asiatics, right? I just want to make it clear. Let's get on. So now, I can't really see it too well, but here it is. While Denisovan and Neanderthal DNA is commonly found in people in Europe and Asia and Oceanic descent, making up to 1 to 6% of their genome, 10 to 60, okay? It is largely absent in indigenous African populations, Medline Plus. However, the evolutionary story in Africa is still highly complex. Here are some keys. Eurasia-backed migration. So what they're trying to say is that when the Africans mixed with the Neanderthals, because they were first, the Queensland people, they went out of Africa, mixed some more, and they came back in with largest amounts of this Denisovan DNA, which gave the Africans a different DNA. So when we talk about the origins of DNA and the Neanderthal theory, the Africans have changed and the people of America are no longer like them. That's why we say we are different than them. From millions of 300 to 500,000 years ago, we are not the same. It did not start in outer Africa. It started in the world, but the tracing of the change was out of Africa. The first mixtures were out of Africa. The first Neanderthal, and you can even look at history, they went into Africa first, Nefertiti, all that. They went to Africa, Greeks and all that. They went to Africa first. They did it hundreds of thousands of years ago. Not no 14 BCE. That was hundreds of thousands of years ago. They're trying to play you with them numbers. All right? So the Africans been mixing out. They've been mixing out with the Denisovan and Neanderthal DNA. They are not us. And we was mixing out as well. We have changed. And we stayed more pure because we were more isolated. We didn't get hit by them until later on with the founder effects. And that's a fact. Let's keep on going. I'm just giving you the broad truth. All right? So it says here, modern African populations do carry some Neanderthal DNA, about 0 to 3%, 0 to 5% in their genome, but this is still not true due to Africans mating with Neanderthals from the carcass, all right? Instead, a groundbreaking from Princeton University study revealed that this ancestry comes from the modern humans who interbred with Neanderthals in Eurasia and later migrated back to Africa, PrincetonUniversity.edu. So the coin says people went out, made it with all of them, and migrated back in and brought it back in. Make sense? The H antigen was already there. The H antigen was already there. Okay? So where am I at? Okay, here we go. So I just came there. I'm sorry. So we just want to break it down. Okay, we want to break it down. So now the Caucasus connection. Let's talk about the Caucasus connection. Okay? The Neanderthals range widely across Europe and Asia, while a famous high-coverage Neanderthal fossil was found in the Caucasus Mountains, specifically the Mezmayanskaya, if I said that right, chat, don't hold me to it, cave in Russia, the caves, okay? And they were up in Russia. That's where they all really come from, okay? In the steppe, okay, that area. The Neanderthal DNA present in African population did not come from an isolated group in the Caucasus. Rather, it came from the general interbreeding event that occurred between migrating modern humans and Neanderthals, okay? Modern humans, keyword modern. This is what happened. When the coin sets got mixed, they became the modern humans. Not the ancient. They were ancient at first with the ancient O, right? And then they started mixing and they became the modern humans 300,000 to 400,000 years ago. Make sense? Okay, so let's keep on going. Okay, I did the Caucasus connection. The Caucasus connection. Let's get to the next one. All right. I can't really see that. y'all can see it. The African admixtures. All right. Specific candidates genes in certain Central African groups show evidence of interbreeding with another. You see? The Africans have changed. Because while they was mixing all that, we wasn't. We all started out as the H, the melanated people. This is National Institute of Health now. We all started out as the H antigen, the O. We all started out like this. We all started out like this. All of us. Melanated people on the planet. Children of the sun. We all started out like this. Pure. Okay? And then we started mixing with this hominid. Okay? It said the archaic, I can't see it, but the admixtures and interbred with another distinct lower middle Paleozoic archaic human from da-da-da. You can look that up at the National Institute of Health. All right, you can type that in and look up for National Institute of Health. They will tell you you can explore these findings in more detail through the published studies on archaic admixtures in Africa via the National Center of Biotech Information or blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and take the screenshot. Go ahead and take the screenshot. Okay? So what I'm saying to you is, if y'all got a screenshot, throw a thumb up. So what I'm saying to you is this, okay? We started out like this, right? And then we met this Paleozoic. This is millions of years ago. This before the Neanderthals even came into picture. We met a hominid, right? And it did this to us. It did this to us. This will change the Africans. This will change them, okay? That's why I said we're not Africans today. It changed them, okay? Yeah, they got changed millions of years ago, chat. They got changed. We were all the same at first. I'm not going to lie. We were all the same. But they got changed. And they got something called the RHD. They got something called the... Well, no, I'm sorry. They got the RH... I'm sorry. They got something called the RHCE. Okay, I'm sorry. So this hominid gave them the RHCE, which made them RH positive. Which made the Africans RH positive. Make sense? They got the RHD, and they gave this to the Neanderthals because the Neanderthals were not RH positive. They were RH positive, but they didn't have this kind of RH positive. They had their own kind, and then they got this little. Then they ended up meeting with the RH positive, right? Like with these little ones, and they got the little ones around their cells as well, along with their own. You feel me? So they had their own kind, but then they mixed with the Africans, and they got some little different ones. They got some different ones, okay? So the Africans are now the RH positive or the RHCE because of this ancient hominid. They do not carry too much of the Neanderthal anymore today. But they do, a lot of Africans carry it, but they really started with this ancient Paleozoic archaic. All right, this is before Neanderthals even came around. They were mixing with this archaic hominid. They called it the ghost DNA. That's what changed them from us over there. While we were still over here, I can prove it. I can prove it. We were still over here. Unana, we were still over here as the OH. We were still over here. We were still over here as the H, as the OH. In America, we still in America. We didn't mix because we wasn't over there with them. They were, unfortunately, the cave dwellers came from Asia, and Asia ended up coming into America through the land bridge and gave us something called the RHD. We have what's known as the RHD or the RHCE. You see? See, we have something called the RH little c little e. We're different than you guys are. Ours look like this. You see? We're different than you guys. We don't have as much as you guys have. We're still positive, a lot of us, because of mixing, but we don't have what you guys have. You guys have this, the RHCE. We have the RHD or the RH little c little e. We are purer than you guys because our mixing came later. We stayed more archaic over here in America. And that's why I keep trying to tell y'all how we're different. Let me show you. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to try to see if I can find it, chat. Don't hold me to it, chat. Let's see if I can find it. I know I got it in here, chat. Hold on for me. Hold on. I think I got it. Let me see if I can find it. I gotta look for it, chat. They always move it around. Like, I know I got it. It's here, but I don't see how I can't find it. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's right here. See? Among the indigenous populations of North Central and South America, type O is overwhelmingly predominant, often making up 80 to nearly 100%. This is the American Red Cross. We do not have the A and B or the RHD. What are you talking about? We're not the same. You guys have something different than we have. They call y'all the Asians, and the Asians carry the Neanderthal, the Denisovan, the hominids. And y'all brought that into the Americas. And y'all gave us this A and B antigen and the RHD. We are mostly O's. And if you don't have the O, you are a part of the mixtures that they brought into your DNA. Damn it, yeah, man. So what you need to do is change it. And go back to the O. Shit, they do it. You do it too. God damn it. Go back to the sisters, my boy. I don't know if you're a sister, brother or not, but go back to your O's of your own kind. How about that? Take it out. There you go. Because once they get in, if you keep mixing, you feel me? If you keep mixing, boy, you're going to mix your ass right onto this shit right here. Not saying this is a bad thing. I'm just saying you're going to be the total mix, okay? You're going to end up being a total mix. So what I'm trying to do is explain to you. So when you know you have this situation going on, watch out for the sun. Be careful. Even if you're dark skinned, you might want to put on some of that, some of that cream because you dark skinned, and if you have some of this, or not this, that's Africa. If you have some of this, you might have a chance. All right, so you just gotta be wary of that. So that's what makes us different because we are almost 100% O. And if you look at the antigens here, you can see it. The O, the A, the B. See how they all carry the H? See, this is the H. It's kind of blurry. I'm sorry, but forgive me for the blurry, y'all. But everybody carries the O. Everybody that's A, B, everybody that's of the A and B blood group, they all carry the O. So, don't even feel no kind of way. You all carry the O, okay? Today. Those makes you the modern humans, okay? The modern humans. And these are the modern humans today. But we still have the ancient ones. These are the ancient ones, right? These two are the ancient ones. Here's Africa. Here's America. Take a look at it. Here's Africa, the RACE, a lot of more hominid. Here's America, more pure. We are the pure ones. We had little mixture because, when the Caucasian finally got here, it was only like, 2,000-3,000 years ago? They was over there with y'all from 400,000-500,000. That was mixing with them forever. Okay? So that's what makes us different. Okay? Make sense? Okay. I mean AB blood type. You're AB blood type. So you are the universal donor for the plasma. You are very highly needed because you have everyone in you. You're special. Okay? So don't think because you got the AB blood type that you finished. That don't mean that. That just means that you have universal plasma. Be careful when donating because they're going to suck you dry. Okay? I'm just joking. TikTok, that was for joking purposes only. I'm not saying they going to suck her dry because she's the AB. I'm just saying her plasma is really needed and they really will try to get you to donate. Okay? They will try their best. Go. Matter of fact, go to this channel right here. I keep trying to tell you. I want y'all to know. Go to my channel right here, right? And go, I want you as the AB, go subscribe to this channel because this should be like 500. That's crazy. Go subscribe to this channel right here. Help me get me to 500. I want you to go watch the video that I put up there about donating blood plasma. That video is for you. Okay, so go to that channel and watch that video about donating plasma, donating your plasma. You need to go watch that because your plasma is highly needed and you need to be careful, okay? Be positive. Be positive. My girl was a B positive. That means you're Asiatic, my boy. And that means you are part of, let me see if I can find it. Hold on, bro. That means you are here. This you on the scale. That's you on the scale. My girl was a B. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hating the B's, the Asiatics. You the Asiatic black man. You the Asiatic man of Asia. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You feel me? You got the B in you, my boy. You see? And you got the positive. So you got the Africa first, and then you got the B of the Asian, and there's no such thing as Africa because Red Cross call y'all both Asians. All right, so you are what's called, you are the BH, what means you have the O and the B, but the B is in higher expression, unless both your parents are B, and then you are ancient B, you are ancient Asiatic, and you are possibly having the Denisovan DNA. The Denisovan DNA. And if that's your real picture, I can see the MCR1 has kicked in. It has made your skin a little lighter. The MCR1. Thank you for the donations. Don't forget to go ahead and follow my channel. Don't forget to heart me 1 cent. Or you want to support for all this information is much appreciated. Or just tap that screen. I'm only at 2,000. Dang, come on, chat. 2,000? I'm giving y'all this broke down. This is the broke down. Shout out to David, man. I'm giving y'all the broke down. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. You know how hard it was for me to just try to get this out and get it right so I wouldn't offend anybody? I don't want to offend nobody. I just want you to know what all this means so you can know. Well, to tell you the truth, I'll tell you where I got the knowledge from. It started in 2013. I had got sick in 2013, right? After coming out of jail, I did some bullshit, some shit happened. I was in jail, I ended up getting sick, so they had to let me out, right? So the doctors were, trying to make me better, doing all kind of medicine and things like that, and nothing wasn't working. They was treating me like I was a Negro, like I was an African, and nothing wasn't working. And they was like, Mr. Orr, we need to take your DNA, because we can't seem, you're crashing on us. And everything we're doing, you're tap that screen, y'all, while I'm telling the story. They said everything that everything that we're doing to make you better is actually making you worse. Okay, so they're having a hard time even today giving me the proper medicine. I just found out the medicine I'm having that's causing my teeth to get all messed up. He says, the medicine doing that. So, cause they found out something special, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. So I gave them the rights to study my DNA, right? And they studied it, and they studied it, and studied it. And they actually studied me today because I am what's known as the Adam gene, right? So, the royal blood. So they came into the room. It was 8 doctors. I was in there with my African wife that I've been with for 22 years. I was in there with about 20-something years. I was in there with her, and they came in. It was all of them, and she's a witness. And they asked me, they said, Mr. O, is your father from the island of Jamaica? And I was like, yeah, well, I ain't told y'all. I'm just running like, oh, shit, they done, the FBI, you feel me? So I was like, yeah, I didn't tell y'all that. How y'all know that? And they were like, yeah, well, we had to take your DNA. And we found out something. I said, okay, what's going on? And they was like, you are not black. I was like, oh, shit, I'm white. Yeah. The first thing I thought was like, oh, damn, okay, they got me. My daddy's white. You feel me? That's the first thing I was thinking. Like my daughter, my girl, was like, oh damn, nigga, you white, nigga. Everybody's getting on it, but they're like, no. They was like, he comes from the ancient island of Jamaica. You are not black. You are not African. You get what I'm saying? They said I'm not African and I'm not black and I'm not Caucasian. So what that made me? I wasn't Asian. They said I am from the ancient island of Jamaica, and I traced it back. I went back. I talked to some Jamaicans, you know what I'm saying, because I am Jamaican. My mother already told me that a long time ago. She told me a long time ago I was an Indian, but I didn't believe it because, I was in school, and the school was saying all the bullshit, right? So I talked to some Jamaicans, and I showed them letter M's, and I had my hair in back then. My hair was going back. They did the little hair check on me, and they were like, yeah, you Arawak. Yeah, you belong to the Taino Arawaks. Yeah, you Indian. They told me. They told me. The doctors told me. They were like, you're not black. You're from the ancient islands of Jamaica. So I wanted to talk to the Jamaicans to find out who that was. And they broke it on down for me. So I started doing this research. I found out, well, I've been knew my blood type was O negative. I've been knew it, but I never knew what it was about. You know what I'm saying? So then my doctors had did a PCR1 on me, a test on the kidneys, right? Because my kidneys was acting all crazy because, they give me stuff like this all the time. I got medicine like this. Look at that. You feel me? I got crazy medicine, right? So, because I'm different, right? So, I was having problems with my kidneys because of all this medicine, and they was giving me all wrong stuff. So they did a thing called the PCR1, and the PCR1 had determined that I only had 41% African, and I had 4% from Europe, but that wasn't the black, that wasn't the Caucasus Europe, that was the Ghanaians. My father had some Ghana in him, right? My mother was Nigerian, and my mother had some Nigerian in her and some Ghana in her, right? And so did my father. So I had 41% from that. But because Ghana moved into Europe, into Germany a long time ago, right? Into Wales and all these places. So that's where that was from. And the rest was American Indian. So that's how I found out I was Indian. But I've been knew from my mother, and I had to go back and tell her, look, I'm sorry. I was wrong. And she's like, well, I've been telling you. And you know how mothers do. And ever since then, I just wanted to get on the journey. And I said, look, I wonder how many other people out there who are Indian and don't even know it. I wonder how many other people out there, no matter what you look like, who were told that you was one thing and you really was another. So my blood type is O negative blood. I am the O negative blood type. You know what I'm saying? All right? What I'm saying about Ghana moved in I think 18 something. We're not saying, we know Germany is the Neanderthal, of course, the ancient Neanderthals. This is not about landmass. I was telling my story of how they found out that I was the American Indian. I'm not trying to say somebody older. Don't misunderstand what's being said. If you don't understand what's being said, just ask a question, okay? I'm not saying who's older or whatever. What I'm saying is the doctors told me I had the Adam gene. It was an Indian lady came and sat down to me. She said, listen, Mr. You are creation. I mean, we are created, but you are the creation. And I'm getting all this information. I'm getting overwhelmed. You get what I'm saying? I'm getting overwhelmed. So I started doing my research back in 2013, and I came down with the information, and I found out that the O's, O malaria predominant, making them 80 to nearly 100% population of the indigenous. Okay? And I got many studies on that. So this is what we're doing. And we broke down the fact. Then I started finding out about the A, the B, and the O. I started finding out about different bones and everything like that. I started doing my own research. And I got over 15 years of research. You know what I'm saying? And I'm qualified as the O to talk about it. Okay? Because my doctors tell me every time. So yeah, I am the royal blood. I am the O universal H. I do not have Caucasian in my DNA. I have African, 41%, and I have the American Indian. So I always say Indians and Africans first. I do not have the Neanderthal streaming through my blood. I am the original O, Where is that? I am this guy. I am this guy. I am the progenitor. I am this guy. Out of these guys, I am him. I am him. Make sense? I am this. Before all this happened, let me tell you now, before all this stuff happened, before all this happened, there was me. Make sense? You know how they had that guy who they found had the oldest DNA in America, so-called. He had the old ancient African mix. That was the coin said mix. But I am the original human on the planet. You're looking at the original human being. This is what some of us look like. How you doing? That's said my doctor. And they do protect me. And they need me. They study me. I am special to them, okay? I am special to them. Trust me, the white people do not disrespect me in the hospitals no more. They used to. I ain't gonna lie, they used to act funny. I ain't gonna lie, they used to act real funny to me in the hospital. And my wife will tell you that. They used to act real funny to me in the hospital. I'm telling you, they was funny as hell. But then when they found out who I was, they don't act funny like that no more. Not at all. They don't do that anymore. You get what I'm saying? Some things they don't want to do, some things they will do. They say because they don't want to, I'm different. And they can't find, I'm the kind of person that can't take unnatural things. It takes them a long time to find things that help me when I get sick. So they kind of don't want me getting sick. You know what I'm saying? Because no one can help me. No one can help me. You know what I'm saying? Unless it be someone just like me. So I started the journey to find out my kind. That's it. And I started running into all these things. And that's how I got the information. And I became qualified and experienced to talk about it. And I hope that cleared up how I learned. You know what I'm saying? And I am the universal donor of the O negative, the H, and the M. Turn up down side for the W's. I am the original Arawak DNA. My mother had the Cherokee DNA. Let me show you my great-grandmother, my quantum. We did the quantum on her. Hold on, let me show you my Cherokee DNA. That's my grandmother right there. Shout out to my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Look like her. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Got that Cherokee DNA going on. You feel me? Shout out to my grandmother. I kept wondering, where I get to know from? Shout out to my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Got cheekbones and everything like that. Got the little chin, everything. Shout out to grandma. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to grandma. And then we could see how the mixtures went along, from grandma to my next grandmother after that, you can see she had a little mix. You can see she started to get a little mix. You get what I'm saying? So we can see how it changes, and then it came back, and then it came back. They mixed back, and with the, back into our melanation. I don't know if I got my other grandmother. Hold on, let me find her. Let me find my other grandmother. Let's see all over here. Well, there's so many pictures. I don't want to hit the wrong one. You get what I'm saying? But that's how it came to be, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I came to be. That's how I came to find out everything that I found out, because I started finding out about who I was and what my blood type meant to me, and my doctors told me the truth, and I wanted to tell everybody else. And that's how I started. I wanted everybody else to know, because I'm like, y'all probably don't know. And nobody really knew their blood type until I started telling people, look, you got to find your blood. What's your blood? I don't know. And I started telling them what all this means. I started telling them this is the beginning. This is the beginning of the human race. And this is the beginning. And then it came to this. Well, this is the beginning. It went to this. And it went to these two. The Denisovans came here, and the Neanderthals came there, and they already had mixed with the hominids. So then they had changed when they mixed with the Neanderthals, and then they had changed to this from the hominids, and then they went to mixing with these guys and made this, and this, okay? And the Africans carry all of that because they are the first ones to mix 300,000 to 500,000 years ago, and they are also mixed with an ancient hominid, distinct Paleozoic hominid also. So the Africans are different than us because of these facts. So I wanted the American people to know we are not the Africans anymore. And actually, we were all one at one time because everyone was the HO negative. Even the Neanderthals were O negatives, but they were the O negatives of their own type. All right, I found that out. I got videos on this channel. I got videos on my channel right here. You go watch all those lives right there. See, I got them all. Another extinct human. I got all of them. Go watch the video. Go check it out. Go bring me up to 500. Can y'all help me subscribe to 500? So I can go live over there and break it on down, because they give me more leeway over there to do what I want to do. So I'm trying to get to 500 over there. But that's what it was. So that's how I started my journey into knowing about the ABO and getting this information and bringing it to you from the National Institute of Health, from PubMed, the Library of Medicine, from studying from the Red Cross, actually giving my blood and letting them tell me what I was and everything like that. Because there was many times I went to the doctor and I would tell them, shout out to you for the donations. It was many times I went to the doctor and I would tell them, listen, are you sure that medicine works for me? Because I'm O negative. They be like, who told you that? Who told you that? What the heck? Who told you that? Every doctor does that. They just cannot believe it, right? And when they go in the room, they be, I hear them. I hear them in there. You feel me? And then they'll come back. They be like, oh, yeah, we can't give you that. Oh, what? So that lets me know it's important that you know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, you may end up unaliving yourself by taking the wrong medicines because you don't know your physiology. So that's why I started that as well. And you may mix out your race and end up getting cancer, end up getting primordial cysts, end up getting depression, mental illness. All these things happen because of these mixtures. All of these things happen because of these non-human species of the Homo genus. Okay? It's not what we were not supposed to mix, and it happened. And it's still happening today. And I said in my last video, I don't remember seeing no interracial commercials, but now we got too many of them. You get what I'm saying? Why do you think that is, ladies and gentlemen? Put your mind together and use your rest, okay? So that's how it started, ladies and gentlemen. So let's keep on going. So therefore, the Africans have a mix. And you can explore that mix right there. I'll show you the receipts. Go ahead and get that screenshot. You can explore that mix right there. You get what I'm saying? You can look further into it, and you can find out. Shout out to you, Paul. You know what I'm saying? You can find out what the mix is, what it's really saying. And go ahead and read it and learn it. You know what I'm saying? And get the knowledge for yourself and learn more about your blood type and learn more about. I will start at the National Institute of Health and learn more about your blood type. And when you hear what you got to hear, you just got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And if you need to know what to do to purify you, go back to your ancient ancestors of the ancient O, I can help you do that. If you want to stay where you at, I can help you do that. It doesn't matter. I can tell you how to eat and all these things, you know what I'm saying, based upon what the geneticists are saying. Because I've done over 15 years of studies, so that qualifies me as a teacher, you know what I'm saying, of this platform. No, I'm not a geneticist, but I've read a lot of their research, a lot of their studies, and I've became informative to inform my people. That makes sense? The darker the better in many cases. In many cases. But remember, they weren't always pure black. Now you got different kinds of dark. You got the chocolate brown, that's straight. You got the deep dark black, that's straight, and you got the ruddy. So there's 3 kinds of darkness. It ain't always had to be blue black. You get what I'm saying? So actually, the darker you get, the harder it's going to be for you to get vitamin D. So the darker you are, the longer you got to be in that sun. All right, so make sure you remember that. If you blue black, you better be out there for 4 hours. Somebody like me, I only got to be out there for like 2 hours. But if you blue black, you better be out there for 4 hours. Shout out to Paul. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you, man. Make sure you follow the channel, and if you want, you can join my fan club or the ABO, and you can have nice like emotes and stuff like that. If the moderator is listening, can you show them an emote that they can use? I don't know if the moderator is asleep or not. I only got one moderator right now. If the moderator's in there, can you show me emote? You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. So, yeah, that's how it started. Okay, I think the moderator left. I might need another moderator one day. But anyway, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. All right? So we got all that out. So now we over here, and let's go right here. Boom. Here we are. Here we are. Okay? No. People with Rh negative O blood are not mixed with hominids. You see? We are not mixed with hominids. So that means, all that means is this. I'm going to show you what that means. We did not come from the RHCE. This is the hominid. This is the ancient African hominid. We are different than they are. See, the Africans were us at first. And then they started mixing with them hominids over there. And they got this RHD, which made them have the RHCE. We have what's known as the RHD over here from the Asiatics, from the Denisovans, and gave us the RH little c little e. It makes sense? But the O negatives, we have none of that. I have none of it. I have none of it. I have no A, I have no B, I have no RHD, I have none of the ancient hominids, and I'm not an alien. Make sense? And I'm not an alien. Okay? So I just want to clear that up. So this is why I'm telling you guys. Because you don't know if one of your children is one of us. You don't know if one of your children belongs to the special people. You don't know if you have them in your bloodline. You know what I'm saying? I'm blood type O. That's right. You don't know if you have this bloodline of the O negatives. Okay? The universal donors of the whole world. Okay? So no, Rh negative O bloods are not mixed with hominids or extraterrestrials. Rh negative is a natural occurring genetic variation within the standard human, see that? Human genome. Human genome. You're looking at the human, okay? So how do I get my blood type O? How to get my blood type O, I have never checked. Well, you can go to, it's a few things you can do. The first thing you can do is go to Quest Diagnostic. If you have like a place, you know how you go to a place where, where you take a drug test for a job. Any place that does a drug test for a job, you can go there and ask them to find out what your blood type is. Or you can go to Red Cross. They'll be more than happy to take your blood, okay? You can go to the Red Cross. Or you can try your doctor. A lot of times the doctor won't tell you unless, if you go to Quest, just go to Quest and ask them to type your ABO. And they will. They'll charge you, I think, $75 to find out who you are. Yeah, they'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good way if you don't want to go to Red Cross. Because if Red Cross find out that you have the A, B, or the O negative, they're going to be calling you all the time. You're going to keep calling my phone. I don't want to hear you about that. Leave me alone. If you don't mind, I want to know what food is good for my wife who is O positive. Tell her to stay away from bread. Tell her to stay away from rice. Tell her to stay away from sugar. Tell her to stay away from pasta. Tell her to stay away from all that. She should be only eating fish, fruit, some vegetables, because some vegetables can get you gassy. And you know what I'm saying? When you some vegetables will make you gassy. So tell her to watch out for some of them green leafies, okay? She gonna watch out for them green leafies, all right? I am O negative. Okay, same thing. O's are the O's, okay? When you're O, you're O. When you're O positive, you can eat a little more than the O negative, but how to clean your blood? You just gotta, what do you mean, clean your blood? What's that mean? What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean by clean the blood. What are you trying to say here? I'm saying, so I want to know. Yeah, just tell her, stay from pasta, bro. Anything that got to do with pasta, bread, rice. Now, she can eat one kind of rice. That rice is called basmati rice. I have this rice. You can eat basmati rice because O's can get diabetes real fast, okay? O's can get diabetes real fast. Okay, so if you have dirty blood, the Red Cross has a thing called dirty blood. Dirty blood is a thing. And the only way I can see blood being clean is through your diet. Through your diet. Because everything's flowing in your blood. So you must change your diet depending on your blood type. If you're not eating the right foods for your blood type, your blood's going to get dirty. Okay? That makes sense? So B blood. Let me tell you about B blood. Since you're a B, shout out to you, TT. Listen, since you're a B, let me tell you something about B bloods, right? Now listen to B bloods. B bloods, I can eat sugar and everything. My wife is a B blood. I can't stand her, yo. Me and her go to the doctor, bro. This woman will eat a whole pack of cupcakes, man. And her blood sugar is fine. If I try it, I'm pre-diabetic out here, man. Real talk. So B bloods, thank you for joining the fan club. So you B bloods, but one thing about you guys, that cause I got her, she's in the house. We got studies. One thing about the B bloods, be careful because you guys can get cysts. Be careful with them cysts. So be careful what you eat because if you're eating a lot of fake foods, you can get cysts. Okay. But B bloods can eat a lot of sugary foods and salty foods. It's not going to bother you. But watch out for your cholesterol because that will take you out. Okay? B bloods have a high rate of heart problems. So they even tell her. So watch out for your cholesterol. Try to eat clean. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to B bloods. Because think about it. The gorillas have B bloods too. Now, I'm not saying you're a gorilla, but your blood types are similar, right? Especially if you are positive, B positive. What you need to do is think about how the gorillas eat. They eat mostly vegetation. You see? They don't eat too much nothing but vegetation. And you should be following that. If you're a B blood, you should be following. You should be loving your salads and shit. You know what I'm saying? Loving your greens, loving your bok choys, and there's so many varieties, carrots and shit. You know, you should be eating celeries and all kind of fly shit because you are a B blood and that's what your body wants. Now, it does regulate sugar very well and it does regulate salt very well, but it does not regulate cholesterol that well. So watch out for cholesterol. I hope that helped you out. All right? Well, mixing, yeah, kind of. I wouldn't say bad because let me tell you why I say mixing may not be bad. Because sometimes you can get a thing called gigantism. So if you're short and you mix, your son might be tall. And if you always want to be tall, guess what? You can make your son tall. Or you can make your daughter short. It can also make you stronger. Your genetics can get muscular. So B bloods get more muscular because of the gorilla influence. All right? So sometimes you can have advantages. But when you mess with Europeans, there's also advantages. Everything has a disadvantage and an advantage. When you mess with Europeans, you can, if depending on your level of skin texture, pigmentation, you can be in colder weather. And it won't hurt you as much as it would for somebody who's less European. Make sense? You can actually resist colder weathers and not get as sick as somebody of African or Indian descent. Right? And you won't get I don't think you'll get certain illnesses either. Because, you know, they carried a lot of the blue body plague, the mumps, the chicken pox, you know, the smallpox. They brought a lot of the stuff in. So we kind of, when we started messing with the Neanderthal, we started getting depression. We started getting mental illness, schizophrenia. And just a fact, when you start mixing these species, anything can go on. You can get cysts, cancer, fibroids, and so many things. You can get histos, what's this called? You can get these, I forget what it's called, lupus. All these things happen. Lupus is just a histose blood group, which means you can have two bloods in your body, right? Like you can have a dominant B and a little bit of O, and they're going to fight with each other because they're not supposed to be mixed together. You get what I'm saying? You'll get a histose blood group you'll get a histose disease called lupus. Or there's so many histose disease. I think, you know what? I'm going to cover a video about that. Because, I mean, I have to actually go into the science of it to talk about the histose diseases. I never really talked about that, but we're going to talk about that, okay? That's another one I will do. Histose diseases that you get from mixing with your blood. And the benefits. Okay, so I'll do a video about that. It's gonna take me a little time to get all that together, but I'll definitely do a video about the histose disease that you get from mixing blood. Okay, you're gonna give me. I'm gonna get started on that. So follow my channel because it will come out. I just want to come talk to y'all today, and, get it broke down, get y'all it broke down about who is what and who's the ancient humans and all this, and where the A and the B and the O came from, and yes, the O negatives of the O's do not have mixing with hominids and all this extra. We are the original humans. Thus said the Red Cross. Okay, thus said the Red Cross. All right, I just want to make that clear. Just said the Red Cross. We are the original humans. Okay, so now Neanderthal interbreeding. While modern humans did interbreed with Neanderthals and Denisovans, researchers shows Neanderthals actually possess their own unique, rare Rh-positive blood variances. In fact, Neanderthals did not carry the Rh-negative gene. So, when you see these Caucasians talk about they got more Rh-negative than the whole world, you come from a Neanderthal. How'd you get it? How'd you get it? Because we do know the Bombays are what's considered the human phenotype, not genotype. And they also type O because they do not have the human genes. And we know that in Europe, the Bombay lives there. And we know that in Asia, the Bombay lives there. So we know that in India, the Bombay lives there. So be careful when you start claiming who got the most O negative, because we don't know if it's of the H, because the Neanderthal did not have what? Let's go back again, and we're going to go with this right here. The textinstitute.com.edu. Neanderthal interbreeding. While modern humans did interbreed with Neanderthals and Denisovans, research shows Neanderthals actually possess their own unique Rh rare positive blood variances. In fact, Neanderthals did not carry the Rh negative gene. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. So y'all want, it's trying to be racist. No, I'm not. I did not say it. Your people said it. Because your people get down to the bottom of things. Y'all get down to the bottom of the Egyptians. Y'all get down to the bottom to dinosaurs. Y'all get down to the bottom to different species of all these little bugs and all this shit. Y'all get down to the bottom of diseases and shit. Because y'all new to the planet. So y'all just studying everything. Y'all get down to the bottom to the ancient esoteric knowledge. Y'all got down to the bottom of the Isle of Tyre and the ancient Sumerians. Y'all got down to the bottom of the Bible. Y'all get down to the bottom of everything. So if you can't believe what your own people are saying, then I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? If you can't believe what your own people are saying about you, then, that you may be destroyed because of lack of knowledge. Make sense? Now, if anybody want to come up, talk about it, I'm opening up the channel. Here they go. Chat. Here they go, chat. They stay doing it, chat. They stay doing this, chat. They will not let me do it, yo. Let me break. They be doing it, bro. Anybody want to come up, man, y'all let me know. I'll bring you up. I got a lot of people in the chat right here who can come up. If you want to come up and you want to talk about some things, or you got something you want to say or spread or give us some knowledge, I'll definitely let you come up and let you be a guest, and you can say what you got to say. I'm only here to listen. I'm not here to intervene. I'm only here to listen and let you, tell us what you want to tell us and let you get the floor. You get what I'm saying? If anybody wants to come up, but I will be looking into the histose diseases, so you guys can. I will do a live on that about the histose diseases. If you just got in, you might have to catch this live on this channel right here. Where is that? You're gonna have to catch the live on this channel right here later on this week, maybe next week, because I got so many lives that I have to drop over there. Okay, so if you just walked in, we were talking about the ABOs and the difference of the different species, and how we are all different and how we all began. Okay? We talked about how we are different and how we all began. We began here, all of us. No matter you're white, black, Asian, everybody being here. But different types of this kind. Some had let me break that down. Some had let me break down what y'all had, because see, that's another thing I gotta break down. Let me break this down for y'all real quick. Here it is. Okay, the Neanderthal, his O was like this, okay? OH, a small h, all right? And the Denisovan also had a H, right? And the hominids, they had a O RHD, and then the humans had the O big H, okay? So listen, this is how it went. Here's the human, the OH, or the human RH negative. Here's the hominid, O. Here's the Neanderthal, O, but it had its own variant. Come on, man. Come on, chat. So it had its own variant. Make me mess up a bit. So they had their own variances. So they were positive. You go ahead, positive, positive, and we're gonna go positive. Okay. So these guys were O. This was Neanderthal. They were O negative when they take a test from us because they don't have the human genotype. These were O negative because they didn't have the human genotype, even though they were positive. These were O negative also, the hominids, the Neanderthals, and all this. They all had RH positives, but they were also O negatives when they took a test from the human genotype because they didn't have human genes. So we would not locate them. It would say O negative. So a lot of Europeans will come out as O negative, but they really are of these different variances of Neanderthals. Make sense? Not saying all, because a lot of them have the ABO today. But as I just pointed out, right here, we had no hominid DNA, and I'm also pointing out, and this is coming from the Tech Institute.org, .edu, that the Neanderthals did not have the RH negative gene. They had the RH positive. So I'm not trying to say somebody's better than anybody else. So if you are from Neanderthal descendants, your own people say that you are either the Bombay, you are either the Sequanas. That's a new one. You belong to the Denisovan, the Neanderthal, or these hominids. Not hominids, because hominids are positive. And you are part of the non-human antigen. I don't know how to say it. It's just so weird. You are a different species. You are the Neanderthal species, which is not of the Homo sapiens species. Okay, we all human race, okay? So we all have a human phenotype. So humans are just a phenotype, but the species are different. So we all belong to the human race. Let me make this clear. We all belong to the human race because we all look similar, but we have different species, okay? Like for example, the lion, the tiger, and the panther, they're all cats, but they are different species of cats. And when they mix, they make the others. Like a lion and a tiger will make a liger. You see what I'm saying? And it'll be bigger than both of them. And if a panther and a jaguar mate, it will make something else. I forget what it's called. But they will not make their own self anymore. But they can interbreed. It just will make a variant of themselves. The same as the Neanderthals, same as the Denisovans, same as the humans. We still can interbreed, but we will just make a variant of ourselves. Make sense? We will not make the original version anymore. We will change ourselves to this will mix with this and change into something else. These two will mix and change into something else. And that something else will mix with this, and this will mix with that, and there we go. And that's how we got the modern humans today. Well, like I said, the Neanderthals did outmix themselves. But they can breed because, like I said, it's called resensitization. So what happens is you can have a child with them first because their body, when they have daughters and stuff like that, their bodies are not used to anything else but their own kind. So when they mate with something different, the first time it will let it go because it will the T cells in all of us will type it and say, hey, this doesn't belong here. Let's not let it come back. But the first one can get through. That's why in one of my videos a long time ago I made there could be only one. Because you can have one, but after that your body's gonna say, no more, I'm making myself. Make sense? And that's why a lot of the Neanderthals today, their descendants, have the O. Because the mother of O, who they were mating with, makes the O. Okay? And the Europeans know that. Why do you think you see Europeans with black women on their arm today? They know that. Why you think the European women is trying to get down with the black man today? Remember before you get killed doing something, excuse me, before you would have been unalived for mixing. Y'all remember that? In the 60s, in the 50s, in the 40s, in the 1800s, if you mixed with a European, you would have been unalived if you was a melanated man. But now it's a thing to do. I wonder why. I wonder why. Now it's a thing to do. Because they found out the truth I'm going to tell you the truth they found out. They found out about that. The pure bloods. They found out about the children of the sun. They found out about the O's. They found out that mixing with us is beneficial. It's just the truth. I mean, I'm not lying. I mean, if we got some Europeans in here, they can come up and talk about it. They found out that mixing with the melanation actually helped them defend their children, their offspring, from the sun. That's just a fact. Because the sun is like an enemy to them in many cases if they be in it too long. Because they come from these species who belonged to the caves at one time. And it shows in their variances. Okay? At this point, the Europeans and the Africans were mixing so long. They kind of share the same kind of stuff, just at different levels. And that's why you have what you call these albinos today. They try to act like, oh, the African make all pink. No, that's the ancient DNA from the ancient mixtures of the Neanderthal, the albino. That's true. Beneficial for them and curses for us in many cases. In many cases, we get a lot of stuff going on with us when we mix with the Neanderthal. It is absolutely right. Melanated people, when they mix with the Neanderthal, their children will have a lot of situations in many cases. Not all, but in many cases, they can get a lot of different things. When you're discussing DNA and variations in human ancestry, those things can definitely start messing you up in many different ways. And you, like I said, it goes back to what I said about the histose diseases. And I'm gonna be looking this up. I know all about this, but I'm gonna do a video about the histose diseases so you guys can understand what happens when you mix with the A, what happens when you mix with the B. You know what I'm saying? And so forth. Well, we're not gonna say somebody's better than another person because that's judgmental. We all belong to the human race. You know what I'm saying? We all belong to the human race. So we're not going to sit here and make somebody feel bad about who their ancestors were or who they may be today. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to say somebody's better than somebody else because, again, it was a white man that helped me. All right, so hold on. Pump your brakes. Ain't no Native American came to help me in the hospital when I was dying. It was a white man. So I ain't going to sit here and try to act like I'm holier than thou, okay? I'm not going to sit here and try to act like I'm holier than thou. I'm not doing that. All right? I'm not here to do that. All I'm saying is we started out as different species, and if you belong to the ABO family today, meaning if you have A, B, or O, or AB, you are part of the human race. That's all we're saying. We all belong to the same human race because of the H antigen, which is the O negative blood of the H antigen of who I descend from. Make sense? So we're not here to make nobody feel bad, okay? We're not here to make nobody feel bad. We're just here to help you understand what your blood type means to you and what you may need to do in the future for your children's rearing, or what you should do or what you should watch out for. These things are apparent. It's not going away. And I didn't make the studies, okay? Listen, this is not from me. I didn't do this. No people who are negative O blood are not mixed with monkey gene. I didn't do that. All right? They are naturally occurring genetic variation with the standard of human genomes. I didn't do that. And I'm not the one that said the Neanderthals were different species. Was this it? I didn't say that the old bloods were the South Americans. Overwhelmingly 80 to 100% American Red Cross said that. We lack the A and B antigens of the Neanderthals. I didn't say that. They said it. The Red Cross said it. I didn't say it. And since I found it out, I said, let me let y'all know. Make sense? So I don't want nobody in here saying, Esteve said, no, Esteve didn't say nothing. Esteve said one thing, go to this channel and help me reach 500. That's what Esteve said. Get your butt over there and get the real broke downs over there. You got some videos over there that you ain't going to see over here. I don't want to get banned. You feel me? YouTube, excuse me, TikTok. My bad. I don't want you not to share the video. All right? So this channel right here, you can really get loose over there. So, it's more like a Patreon situation. So I just want you to know that I did not say any of this. You know what I'm saying? I did not say this. They said this. The Smithsonian said that. We were closely related, but we are different. You know what I'm saying? They are classified as the exact same species remains subjects of science debate, with many researchers viewing them closely related, but they were not. They are not. We belong to the genus. All right? We belong to the genus. We belong to the human genus, but we are not the same. All right? So don't let them fool you on telling you that we are the same. We are not. Because when you pump it in, are Neanderthals, ancient humans, and Denisovans the same species? They will say no. N-O, that is no. They are classified as different. All right? And who said that? The naturalhistory.edu. I didn't say that. I'm just bringing it to you. This is what I do. I do this for you. I study the ABO. I tell you what it means. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I mean, you know. At least it'll give you a basis of who you are. At least you'll know who you are. At least you'll know what you need to be doing. At least you know what you need to be watching out for. At least you know that at least we all belong to the human race today, unless you have the Bombay. And if you O negative, you need to get an H antigen test. If you're Caucasian and you're O negative, you actually need to get an H antigen test to make sure you're not the Bombay. It's the truth. To make sure you're not the living Neanderthal today. Because if you are, you better watch out for that sun. If you are, you better eat more meat. All right? You better get off that vegan bull crap, because you're going to tear yourself up. You're going to need to eat some flesh. Okay? I'm sorry. You're going to need to eat the steak and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're going to need to get, you know what I'm saying, on that diet. What's that guy? The liver guy, Liver King. You might have to get on Liver King business. Okay? Because you are part of a different species of Homo. Yes, we are closely related, but we are not the same species. We are classified as different. That's all I'm saying. And I didn't say that. I didn't say it, chat. So if nobody wants to come up or have any other questions, I think we're going to end it right here for this live. And you can definitely catch this live later on. I told y'all where to go. I should see this channel jumping up to at least 500. Because when I get to 500 over there, I could go live over there and do my thing. So I'm hoping that you guys go over there and support me. You know what I'm saying? Show me some love. And I'll be back with the next video. We're going to be talking about the histose diseases from mixing the bloods. And I'm gone. I think I'm gone.